Welcome back to Gear Shift Hub, where today we're diving into one of the most highly anticipated machines in the racing and performance motorcycle world, the 2025 Yamaha M1 V4. Now, before we go too far, let's clear something up. The Yamaha M1 is not your typical street bike. It's the crown jewel of Yamaha's MotoGP racing lineup, the machine that has carried legends like Valentino Rossi, Jorge Lorenzo, and Fabio Quartararo to some of their most thrilling victories. And in 2025, Yamaha has given this race weapon a dramatic evolution by introducing a V4 engine configuration, moving away from their long-standing inline-four setup. This marks a historic change for Yamaha's MotoGP engineering philosophy, and it's one of the boldest moves the company has made in decades. So, what makes the 2025 Yamaha M1 V4 so groundbreaking? Well, let's start with the heart of this machine, the engine. Yamaha has traditionally favored an inline-four layout, known for its smooth, linear power delivery and reliability. However, in the modern MotoGP era, nearly every rival manufacturer has shifted toward the V4 configuration because of its superior balance between power, torque delivery, and acceleration out of corners. Yamaha finally decided to make the leap, and the result is a brand new 1000cc V4 engine that pushes performance to a whole new level. Reports suggest it produces over 300 horsepower in full race trim, with an emphasis on explosive mid-range torque, something Yamaha riders have been asking for to match Ducati's dominance on the straights. This new V4 setup also allows Yamaha to improve aerodynamics, mass centralization, and rideability. Engineers have designed the chassis around the V4 to ensure more stability at high speeds while still maintaining Yamaha's trademark cornering agility. Riders like Fabio Quartararo and Öhlins have already praised the bike for its improved acceleration and stronger engine braking, two areas where the old inline-four was falling short. In MotoGP, these details make the difference between finishing on the podium and struggling mid-pack. But the Yamaha M1 isn't just about brute power. The 2025 version introduces a revised electronics package developed in collaboration with Yamaha's MotoGP engineers and data specialists. Advanced traction control, launch control, wheelie control, and seamless shift technology all work together to maximize rider confidence and performance on the track. The ride-by-wire throttle system has been refined to deliver smoother and more predictable inputs, something Yamaha has always prioritized. Essentially, this bike is as much a computer as it is a motorcycle, constantly processing data to keep the rider pushing at the absolute limit. On the design side, the M1 V4 is every bit as futuristic as you'd expect from Yamaha's flagship racing prototype. The aerodynamic fairing has been sculpted through extensive wind tunnel testing, with aggressive winglets on the sides that generate downforce to keep the bike planted under heavy acceleration. These aero elements are essential in modern MotoGP racing, reducing wheelies and increasing corner stability. The 2025 model features slimmer, sharper bodywork, giving the M1 a sleek but menacing look. Yamaha's iconic blue livery dominates the paint scheme, with bold sponsor logos completing its racing identity. Even when standing still, this machine looks like it's ready to attack the track. Another major highlight is the upgraded frame and suspension setup. Yamaha has developed a hybrid frame construction that balances stiffness and flexibility, giving the M1 razor-sharp handling through corners while absorbing bumps at extreme lean angles. The Öhlins suspension package has been fine-tuned to provide riders with maximum feel and feedback, crucial for those last-second braking maneuvers or mid-corner corrections. Braking power comes from Brembo, with massive carbon discs that provide consistent stopping force, even after lap at race pace. Now, of course, the Yamaha M1 V4 is not a bike you can just walk into a dealership and buy. This is a MotoGP prototype, a purebred racing machine built only for Yamaha's factory and satellite teams. However, in terms of estimated value, a single MotoGP bike like the M1 is said to cost upwards of $3 to $4 million when you factor in the research, development, and components that go into it. Each part of the M1 is built with cutting-edge technology, From aerospace-grade materials in the frame to carbon fiber components and advanced electronics, it's an engineering masterpiece designed for one purpose: winning championships. But here's where things get interesting for everyday riders and fans. The technology developed for the Yamaha M1 V4 doesn't just stay in MotoGP. Over time, Yamaha takes what they learned from their racing program and trickles it down into their production motorcycles. For example, the seamless shift transmission, ride-by-wire throttle, and even aerodynamic fairings first debuted on prototypes like the M1 before making their way into superbikes like the Yamaha R1. So while you may never own or ride the M1 itself, the DNA of this bike shapes the future of Yamaha's entire sport bike lineup. Performance-wise, the M1 V4 is designed to compete directly with Ducati's Desmosedici GP, Honda's RC213V, and Aprilia's RS-GP. Yamaha's switch to the V4 is essentially an admission that the old inline-four philosophy had reached its limit in the face of MotoGP's evolving demands. By embracing this new configuration, Yamaha has given its riders the tools they need to fight back on the straights without losing the corner speed advantage that has always been Yamaha's calling card. In testing, the bike has already shown significant improvements in top speed and acceleration, narrowing the gap with Ducati, which has dominated in recent years. Unique selling points of the 2025 Yamaha M1 V4 include its brand new engine architecture, advanced aerodynamics, and refined electronics. But perhaps its biggest appeal is what it represents: Yamaha's determination to innovate, adapt, and return to the top step of the MotoGP podium. For fans, the M1 is more than a motorcycle. It's a symbol of racing heritage, engineering excellence, and the relentless pursuit of performance. So, to wrap things up, the 2025 Yamaha M1 V4 is not just another update, it's a revolution in Yamaha's racing program. With its powerful V4 engine, advanced aerodynamics, cutting-edge electronics, and aggressive design, it marks a turning point in MotoGP history. While you may never see the bike parked outside your local coffee shop, its influence will undoubtedly shape the next generation of Yamaha sport bikes you can actually buy. And if you're a racing fan, watching this machine battle it out on the track in 2025 is going to be an absolute treat. That's our deep dive into the 2025 Yamaha M1 V4, Yamaha's bold new direction in MotoGP racing. It's a bike that blends raw power, advanced technology, and decades of racing heritage into one of the most exciting machines on two wheels.